target number 1, defeating Japan, defeating Great Britain. They beat Mexico in the semifinal by 10 points and now find themselves here. A FITA world ranking of number 3. They qualified first in the competition.
Shooting for the championship.
Dong Hyun, Kim Woojin, and Oh Jin Hyek.
Kim Woojin, Oh Jin Hyek.
Shooting in target number 2 from France found their way here with victories over Malaysia, Ukraine, and Italy by 3 points. A FITA world ranking of number 5. They qualified in the number 3 position.
Of the world, the team of France.
France will face Korea.
Gaël,
Romain,
Jean-Charles Valladont.
Jean-Charles Valladont and Gaël Prevost.
Conducted under the supervision of our
Should be a very good matchup here, especially when you look at the FITA rankings of 3 versus 5. As we take a look at Pascal Lebec, who won a silver medal yesterday in the compound event, and some of her teammates cheering on the men's teammates here in this gold medal matchup.
Centimeter 10 ring is the goal.
We talked about earlier in the telecast the Korean women's recurve team and how dominant, maybe not necessarily here at these World Championships, but how dominant they've been in the past. Has it been the same for the men? Because we see them here in this gold medal competition, and we see 3 of them in the individuals later on this afternoon, but traditionally most of the press goes towards the women.
Yeah, I think it's been a bit of a turnaround at this World Champs. It's the first time we've seen it with no Korean women in the final 4, and the men have all got to that stage. The men in the team are always there or thereabouts.
Yep.
It's not always, you wouldn't necessarily bet your house on it, but they're going to be around there. Whereas the women in the past, I mean, this is the
money in
first
the
time,
bank,
yeah,
right?
basically, yeah.
Boy, if they ever get the 2 programs joined together as far as the same success rate, we could see a complete domination of the recurve discipline here in the sport of archery.
Yeah. But this year, France have been really, really strong. The men's team have, at the last World Cup in Turkey, they were sort of neck and neck in the qualifying with the Koreans.
Should tell you, Allison, that this is a rematch of last year's World Championships, the gold medal final. Back in 2009, the Koreans had clinched the title in their home country. The 2 teams have met 4 times before, with the team from Korea winning all 4 matches. So nonetheless, this is something that France wants to change in a hurry, and they have a very good opportunity here in this World Championships here in Torino, Italy.
And the French team seem quite up for it at the moment. Their energy levels are pretty high.
Tied at 27 through 3 arrows apiece. We'll head back to target number 1 and delivers a 10.
Guarda qui la Sartori, ti tocca toglierti la cuffia un'altra volta. Gwenda. E allora ieri quando ti ho detto zitta, non conto era Piazza Castello, sei stata bravissima. Gwendalina Sartori.
All of the Korean men here in this team will be featuring this afternoon in the individual, so it's good practice, good warm-up for them.
And maybe an opportunity at a gold to boot. Starts off with a 56.
Guardi Clini, sai che era quasi commosso Clini? Giusto, no? Lo so, è premio meraviglioso. Per voi ragazzi, poi Scricciolo Tomasi, brava, tu bravissima. Valeva in mezzo per la caposquadra. Avete fatto un incredibile. All'inizio raccontaci cos'è passato in squadra. All'inizio vi siete un po' guardati.
Perché non capivamo bene, tiravamo lì nel campo, andavamo
뺏기지 않으면 돼. 그냥
una decisione,
얘가 목표이거든.
C'era un po' di vento qua, oppure proprio erano interferenze che partivano dal cuore della testa?
Arrows at 9.
Again, this target 2 gets affected more or something with it.
Come si fa? Come fa
The
un
archer's
arciere a dire
arrows, his time is very short. He's got 2 seconds left on the clock
And he
here.
just releases it on time.
In time.
Wow. That would have been devastating had he not released that in time.
It doesn't seem like they're taking that long on the line to do their shots. I think the first archer probably just takes slightly longer, but all their arrows are grouped to the right. And we've seen that in the previous matches. I wonder if target 2 has a bit more drift on it.
Interesting scenario there. You know, well noted by yourself that you know, some of the situations with target 2 playing a factor in this competition this morning, and France will definitely have to find the right cure to it if they're to claim a gold medal here against Korea. They are down by 2 points, score of 56-54 through 6 arrows, but still plenty of arrows to play as we take a look at some of the highlights of the first 10 that saw Korea take a 2-point advantage early in this contest.
Bella, io ho retrocesso e nell'emozione del racconto sto parlando al commissario tecnico che è arrivato in postazione, ho promosso il direttore tecnico Filippo passa la cuffia al capo.
Scores are official on the board. After the first 6 of 24 arrows with 18 shots to go, it is a 2-point advantage for Korea. As we're about to get back underway, Team France is shooting first on target number 2.
We take a look at some of the fans in attendance here. Capacity crowds on hand on this Sunday morning session. It's been fabulous so far. Glad you have joined us here. The 2011 World Archery Championships here in Torino, Italy. We're in beautiful downtown Torino. As you hear the church bells on this gorgeous Sunday morning in the background. And a gold medal matchup here in the Recurve men's team event.
9 just out, maybe a millimeter.
La vita del CT, l'abbiamo detto, ieri compagna mi ha raccontato, moroso a casa, rabbiosa perché è giusto, un CT deve fare delle convocazioni che possono far male. Valeva, l'hai tenuta lì, caposquadra. Avanti le ragazzine, avevano fatto bene, non avevano un palmarè di quelli che puoi dire, però avanti.
26 of a possible 30 with their first 3 shots, and now we move to target number 1, and Korea.
Brava.
10 points.
Punteggio, sì, è stata la valeva, per un po' ha fatto la valeva, insomma, ma probabilmente a queste ragazze fa bene respirare l'aria della grande esperienza del grande.
Back-to-back 10s, Allison. They're increasing their lead here early in this contest, and it's you know, as we mentioned before, that's how you do it. 9s are not 10s, and you see the difference between the team from Korea and the team from France.
It is 9.
Yeah, you can't really rely on Korea to be making any mistakes.
No.
Yeah. You've got to raise your game up to
Korea leading by 5.
upper level.
They've increased that lead to 5 points.
Complimenti.
10 points, dead center, X.
Dead center X, and that's exactly what they need.
That's a great shot.
Now if his teammates can follow suit.
Va bene questa indimenticabile mattina torinese ai mondiali di tiro con l'arco.
So far so good.
Grazie CT che sei venuto in postazione a trovarci. E adesso intanto diamo conto, aspettiamo la conclusione, eccola qua.
Surprised at how little time France have left for their last archer.
9 points.
He had
With 1 second left on the clock.
They're really pushing it with the times, aren't they?
1 second.
The flair for the dramatics. They have to be careful, though. That could haunt them. 10x. They respond in fine style.
자, 10.
Wow.
X-ray.
France shoots at 29 in their last 3 shots, and now Korea has a chance to up the lead by shooting a perfect 30.
끝까지. 9 points.
But they can't do it. 29. They maintain that lead, however. 5-point lead at the halfway point. Seems to be all Korea at this time, as indicated by the score, and an uphill climb for the team from France.
It's going to be tricky. You know, just watching that end, the Korean men are on good form this morning. They are shooting exceptionally well. And I think once, you know, if you've got one archer shooting their first arrow smack in the middle, a good shot, there's just a flow is happening. We can see that with the Koreans. I think the French, they're not making huge mistakes.
Nope.
They're just not getting, you know, they're just out all the time. And
as we see action from the Korean team, and as you mentioned earlier on, all 3 of these athletes for the team from Korea will be in the semifinals later on this afternoon in the individual recurve men's event, which is really interesting because you have the 3 Korean men and throw in Brady Allison from the United States, and there's your final 4. So it really promises to be an outstanding event a little bit later on, just as the morning session has been here at the 2011 World Archery Championships.
France leading off on this end. Quite a considerable deficit they've got to try and make up.
That's not the way they want to do it when they're down by a deficit.
Nei tuoi boschi, nei tuoi meravigliosi boschi sull'altipiano, tu sei di Trento, ma poi si lavora a Basega, quindi insomma.
10.
Sei emozionatissimo. E rischi di coinvolgere tutti, perché la tua tenerezza è incredibile rispetto all'immensità del risultato.
10 points, 28.
한국.
자, 끝까지 집중해.
Ci sei riuscita, dai, stai tranquilla, hai detto tutto, hai commosso tutti.
끝까지 끝까지. 좋아.
Sia clinica.
8.
Che tenerezza,
괜찮아. 3시 8. 자, 우진아. 이거 잡아놓고 쓰러지면 안 돼. 잠깐만 잡아.
Sì, è vero, hai capito in pieno, è vero. Voi arcieri volate bassissimo rispetto
Grazie.
alla gloria che per solito fuori
No.
dal gesto tecnico. Era lo sport. Era incredibile. Sì, dai, recuperiamo.
괜찮아, 그대로. 끝까지.
10 points.
Dobbiamo farci stare
야,
tutto, poi
A much needed 10.
siamo padroni di casa e lo vogliamo al massimo.
4-point lead for Korea. Final 3 shots at this end.
지금 바람 안 불잖아.
Sì, tra l'altro,
괜찮아. 다시 그대로 쏴. 다른 생각하지 마.
se
그대로
poi può
쏘면 돼.
tornare a raccontare questi sogni
9 points.
tranquillamente, comunque giustamente Jessica, che davvero alla fine era emozionatissima, ha un ultimo appello, la grande forza dei gruppi militari militari, il grande lavoro dell'aeronautica militare. Lei ha un sogno, è quello di entrare anche lei nell'aeronautica militare. Quindi tenete il colonnello, lo giudice, raccolga la preghiera di Scricciolo Tomasi.
Last shot of this end for France. 3 shots to go for Korea.
우진아.
Final shot of this end for France, and
괜찮아. 좀 괜찮아 이 쏘는 거.
back-to-back nines will be grouped up with this.
And a 9. 164, a possible 180 on the board for France.
55 for France.
그럼 하면 돼.
3 shots remain,
자신 있게 잡아.
all of them belonging to target number 1. And a 10x for Korea.
끝까지 붙이고 들어갔어.
Woojin Hyek.
끝까지 붙이자. 살짝 그대로 쏘면 돼.
Final shot here of this end. Chance to increase that lead with a 10.
끝까지 좋아.
And he does that with a 10x with authority.
Scoring is next.
Ellison, we only have 6 more arrows left, and you know, it seems that lead is going to be it's going to be hard to overcome. But we've seen it in the past with our last result with Mexico and Italy. But I don't know if we're going to see that same, let's just say, for lack of better words, mistakes from the men's team from Korea.
Yeah, the Koreans at every end, they had a 2 points.
이거보다 뭐더 얼마나 더 잘 쏠라. 됐어.
3 points difference in the second end. Now they just gained another point over the French. So 6 points in 6 hours.
Yeah. Can be done, folks.
It
you know,
can be done.
We can see 6 10s and 6 9s, but I have my doubts about the Korean men's team shooting 6 consecutive 9s, but nonetheless, we've seen stranger things. This will conclude the morning session. After this event, we'll have the medal ceremony. A little bit of a break in the action, time to get the afternoon crew started with a little bit of lunch, a little bit of practice session, and just regrouping for the final session of these World Championships.
Points.
8s and 9s probably not exactly on the menu for the French if they want to overtake this this lead here by Korea. Ten points.
Shots remaining for France. 6 shots left for Korea.
끝까지 보여주자.
Woojin on the line.
The Koreans hold the world record in the men's team event. They have
끝까지 잡고 좋아.
the score total is the same as
좋아.
the women's team from Korea.
Oh, very interesting.
그냥 그대로 이어서 잡아야 돼. 오케이. 괜찮아.
So 231 is the world record. 231 with 24 arrows. That was set back in 2007 in Germany.
끝까지 잡아.
10 points. Now increase that lead to 7 points with 3 arrows remaining.
Eight.
쟤들 완전히 무너져 버렸네. 아이 자식. 저리 상식. 자 우리 마지막. 올 때는 한번 싸우자.
Brontolino di Mamè
소리 때.
ci hanno assicurato che nonostante tutto sarà
멋지게 한번
il
싸우자.
protocollo prevederebbe
Ehi.
team,
Final regulation error for France.
Back-to-back eights for France,
per la gara delle squadre.
and a little bit of disappointment setting in with the group.
Riusciamo a sistemare tutto. Questione di minuti, pochi minuti, un paio di minuti. Questa gara finita.
4, 3.
And a 10.
Delivers a 10 on the final arrow.
France. We'll see what happens in the next 3 shots here.
217 is their total.
Oh Jin Hyek e francesi con Romain, Girouille, Gaël, Prevost, Valladont.
자신 있게.
9.
9 points. A 10 here will tie it, but still have another arrow afterwards.
까지.
9. Final arrow.
Final arrow of this competition here to wrap up the gold medal matchup of the Recurve men's team event.
정져주네.
Shooting for gold.
자신 있게.
And Korea will take it with a 10. A victory for Korea. They are the champions of the world. They go through Japan, they go through Great Britain, Mexico in the semis, and here in the finals, get past France and are the gold medalists at the 2011 World Archery Championships in Turin, Italy. Just a fantastic performance for these 3 gentlemen as they win. Final scores in this one, 226-217, in a dominating effort over the French. All 3 of these male athletes for Korea will see in the afternoon session in the men's individual
세라 우리 아버지. 자, 이리 와.
recurve sessions.
자, 우리 이렇게. 자.
And we talked about it already a couple times with Brady Allison. Is it conceivable that one of these gentlemen could upend Brady Allison, I should say, because on paper right now the man to beat is Brady Allison, and one of these 3 gentlemen, they have opportunities against him this afternoon.
Yeah, they've had a good opportunity this